that.
No, I will not make out with you.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Who wanted to make out with
This guy's
you?
talking about borophyll and you want to make out with me. Anyways, what's up, guys?
Hey, everybody. How's it going?
It's been a minute.
It has.
Yeah, we would have streamed sooner in the week, but I worked
Dean
on this.
didn't finish his video in time.
Oh my god. I literally just finished it.
Yeah, I
guys.
know,
And
exactly. He didn't finish it in order for us to do it earlier in the week.
It's a pretty good one, guys.
It is a pretty good one, but that doesn't mean he had it done in time.
I didn't. Well, I had it done in time for this one.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And we're doing the evening instead of the afternoon because he didn't have it.
Well, my internet went out yesterday for like over 12 hours. Fuck you, Vicky.
Yeah, because you couldn't edit a video without internet.
No, because I need to constantly pull clips from online.
Yeah.
So anyways, guys.
Hello.
Apparently,
hi, Chris. Hi, Jean-Luc Dragon.
You know, you can like highlight their comments.
I can, but I don't feel like it because you're doing it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so apparently this has kind of gotten overlooked before we talk about Eric July, but like Wesley Snipes is sort of Comicsgate.
Weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
What a strange idea. That's just because you hire some people who are in Comicsgate, it makes you Comicsgate is just strange.
It's Comicsgate by association. Oh no. That's the worst.
I know. Like you.
Oh no.
You're Comicsgate.
Don't paint me with that tarred brush, Vicky.
You deserve all the tarred brushes you can take.
But yeah, it's kind of interesting. And that whole thing is actually what inspired this video, but then it took a turn. So
it took a dark.
It took a major turn.
We could probably tie that in after we show the video if you want.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and play it.
Well, this has more of an urban vibe. You gotta go into stocks and bonds, nigga!
I'm Eric July, founder, owner, and writer. Welcome to the Rippaverse.
Oh, that's the bad guy. Look at his villainous face. He's scowling. He's about to take my wallet. Look, Eric, is it okay for a little bit of criticism?
Go ahead. Your ethnic background or genetic makeup is wholly irrelevant to us.
That's a threat. Yeah, I'm terrified.
Oh, okay.
I'm scared of what you're throwing at me. I had a friend, he was called Rooster. Which one of these guys would you rather hire to pick cotton? I might have to get one of Ethan's slave catchers.
So yeah, guys, that's what's going on in Comicsgate right now. It's Comicsgate Civil War. Thank you.
That video is so fucking funny. It's so funny. Which started, as Dean said, because of Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, that's what the video was going to be. It was going to be John Malin and Wesley Snipes. But then this Eric July thing, man, if anybody hasn't seen that video that Mr. Dongs did about like Eric July's launch stream on EVS's stream.
Oh,
that shit was fucking great.
It's something. And not just because he clipped it out, but because this is the kind of shit that John Malin says all the time, right?
He does. Yeah.
He does. Like you can't there's no denying it that John Malin says some racist ass shit. Um and everybody laughs it off and they kind of joke about it because it's what's the gag? I guess that Malin's
He's
embracing it because people call him that anyway.
My whole thing is, right, like there is edgy jokes, right? But like if the only reason you're doing something is because people say that you are that type of person, then you are that type of person. Like all you've done is proven them right.
Right? It came from somewhere
Yeah.
too, right? I mean what is it? All stereotypes have a grounding in fact. And when somebody says something like that, when lots of people say something like that, and they can point to things that you have said that are racist, then maybe that's part of the problem.
Yeah. I mean, like I don't personally, I don't really give a shit about Malin.
I don't either.
But that shit is funny.
Yeah,
Cuz
that
yeah,
shit
I
is
mean,
some fucking funny stuff.
yeah. The
You
best
know?
part was like they like they watched it like the next day. Um Malin and EVS. And Malin was like kind of cringing at himself. And it's like, yeah, dude, that's what you sound like.
That's what all of us hear, all of us see, and it's cringe.
Yeah.
It really
I mean, I
is.
like edgy jokes, even racial jokes, but like, I mean, like, I don't know, maybe don't say shit like the N word, you know? Uh,
Yeah, maybe don't say the N word.
but
Um,
yeah, it would
but
be really interesting though to see like to see Wesley Snipes' reaction to Comicsgate, or like really more so just John Malin,
because
because he is definitely all about like you know, people not being racist.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
thought that would be funny.
You know, and I get it. Everybody says, but there's everybody in Comicsgate. Everybody's accepted in Comicsgate. Well,
That doesn't
okay.
mean that other like people can't be treated poorly. Like, yeah, everybody's accepted. Uh,
Doesn't mean that other
but that
people
doesn't mean that
can't
they
be
don't,
racist
get
pieces of
some
shit
fucking
or
like
or
disrespectful
trans.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't mean they can't be transphobes or bigots and everything else.
Yeah.
Just because the occasional, there's one trans person in Comicsgate. Yeah,
Well, there's one. So, do
there
you want
is
me to
one.
share your screen?
Yeah, because that Dean's video does lead us into Eric July's campaign for ISOM, which isn't a campaign, but we're so used to that nomenclature just because that's how we as well, that's how Comicsgate gets their comics. You know, they back campaigns. Eric July calls it a pre-order. Does he call it a pre-order campaign or a pre-order sale or just a
I don't know, but
pre-order something? But
Eric
but
July calls it an investment.
right, yeah,
Because you can retire on this shit, like fuck like putting money into like a 401k, dude. Just buy fucking buy Eric July's comic books and then retire off of them.
right, yeah. Um, it made a shit ton of money, like 2.5 million in the last five 5 days or something whenever it launched. And I have a few issues, I guess. And I know this is going to sound weird. One, calling it a campaign bugs the ever living crap out of me because it's not. It's not a campaign. It's a
but
it's a word.
it has stretch goals. What
It
do you
has
mean?
stretch goals. Of course, it's a campaign.
I mean,
And
granted, the stretch goals are actually just business goals. If I reach this much, I buy a van for my company. Like, okay, that's not really a
right?
stretch goal,
Yeah.
asshole.
Let's look at those stretch goals. So the first one is putting the industry on notice.
I
Um,
like that this is real.
this is real. Yeah, the $125,000 doesn't put the industry on anything. As a matter of fact, I would bet you that they don't even care about the 2.5 million. Right.
I mean,
And
it's an impressive number,
it's
and
an
like, congrats to
impressive
like, I'm
number.
not actually,
We're,
I'm not
we're
hating on him.
yeah, not
Like,
hating on him for
yo, dude,
making his
congrats. Like,
money and
it's impressive.
having his thing, his hustle. All the more power to you. If you have a hustle, it's going to bring in $2.5 million in a week,
Hell
right?
yeah.
But damn Skippy. So at 200K, he recoups his losses. At 300, he buys more inventory.
These are just these are just
this is what
business,
you
like,
at,
logistics.
at 300,000 he had to buy more inventory because he's selling more than he already had,
Yeah.
right?
This is just running a business. That's what these stretch goals are. That's fucking great.
A fan art contest, a new item added to the campaign, which I guess was the the third cover. I guess. Because nothing on the front page tells you what any of these things are. The $600,000 was God only knows what. They're buying a van at $700,000. Now they say it's for the orders. EVS did this too, and I watch these people take pictures going to the freaking post office, and the post office will pick up.
Yeah,
UPS will
you don't
pick up.
actually need a van.
FedEx will pick up. All of these places, all of these couriers will deliver your shit and pick your shit up for you. Like they just do, you know.
I mean, yeah, it's just like, it's a taxes thing.
It's
Morg says, wouldn't 200K
a
of pre-orders
taxes thing.
after taxes and shipping not recoup his investment if the investment was a full 200K?
Yes.
Well, yeah, and then you also got to think about paying people.
Yeah. Which I guess brings us back around, right? To it's a lot of money. And people are talking, like that's all going into Eric July's pocket. Right. There's taxes. I know he lives in Texas. The tax system there is weird. They do like a 5% flat out kind of VAT tax kind of thing in Texas, right? Plus he has to pay the sales taxes.
Then he's got to go fix the road down the street.
He's got to go fix that road out front, the one that only he's going to be using. He's he's going to be hiring full-time workers, which means he's going to have to pay them benefits, which is
that was a stretch goal.
That was a stretch goal, making his workers full-time. He's going to have to hire even more workers because he has 28,000 orders to fulfill. Which I'm confused about because he has books on hand. I'm assuming he has some of the posters. Maybe he didn't order all of them. He ordered, I think, 7,000. He said around 7,000 of one cover, around 3,000 of another cover. And that's what he was starting with. His expectations were definitely exceeded, right? But I mean, everything is going to cost him a lot of money, and it'll be amazing how quickly that $2.5 million goes.
Yeah, but like I said, like it is an impressive amount, and
It is an
congrats to
impressive
him. I
amount.
do hope that I do hope that he continues to be successful. Because
I would like to see him be successful, just because I mean it's always nice when people succeed. I'm my biggest concern is the amount of time it's going to take him to start sending stuff out. He's not going to be mailing anything till next month, even though he has product on hand, which I find really weird. Because that's a lot of product to not get on top of. He's got the second ISIM book isn't even close to being finished. I guess there's another book that's
yeah, but
not
they're doing the
finished.
second ISIM book isn't like the next
Right,
one that
but
they're.
the next book isn't done. Um, I he probably should have had 2 or 3 books in the pipeline. I don't know why it's this 75-day pre-order thing, other than to give people the impression that it's a, crowdfunding campaign. But it would sort of be cutting himself off at the knees to not continue to be selling this book after
Yeah.
this 68 days is over. I can't imagine that he would not be doing that. It would just
Well,
be
okay, so
it
that's
would be
actually
silly if
something.
he's going
No,
to
no,
have
no,
a
no, no. Wait, because that's something that like he because I listened to it again because we were talking about it, but he does say that some of these campaigns are going to be um limited run only, and so once they're gone, they're gone. He wasn't talking about just merch; like he's talking about the actual campaign. But that like really confuses me because at the beginning he talks about continuity and how like the big guys make it really hard to know what is canon and what isn't, and it's hard to like get into it. But then he later says that some of the runs are just going to be one time. Like, wouldn't you want to continue to? I don't know. It just that
right.
seems
You'd
weird.
think if you want people to be able to go back to the beginning of your story and go back to issue 1, say ISIM issue 1, that you would want to be selling ISIM issue 1, right? You'd want to give them the opportunity to easily find the book. And 2, you want to give yourself the chance to make money off of it. All these people talk about, well, the collectibles, the secondary market. You don't make shit money off of the secondary market if you're the actual publisher, unless, you don't. That's why it's the secondary market.
Well, so a part of it is like because that is like a marketing strategy. It's a way to and like by marketing strategy is it's a way to trick people into buying something, right? Like I mean that's what marketing strategies are. Like I'm not being a dick. That's just what it is. And so
I
what
get
you do
that.
is you make it seem like it's scarce, like, and that's what a lot of people do, right?
Well, that's what to me, it would seem to be that would be the variant covers, right? So he has 3 different covers for the campaign. He started with 2. The 2 that he started with, the A cover and the B cover, done by Kanan White. Yeah, Kanan, if I had to draw a naked Antonio Bryce, I wouldn't be using my real name either. Um, I would, to me, that would be the scarcity, would be these 2 variant covers that were exclusive to the quote campaign, not the third, going forward, this is the cover. And by the way, those 2 variant covers, the A and B cover, were supposed to be discontinued on the 15th. They're still for sale. You're still able to put them in your cart. And that's another thing, right? It's just it's these little details, and I get there's a lot to know and there's a lot to figure out, but it's like they didn't sit down and run through the website before they did it. The descriptors were weirdly bad. Some of the grammar just fucking sucks. Let's face
Yeah.
it. Um,
I mean, I don't
if
know.
if you're saying you're gonna have these things only available for a limited time, which is a marketing tool, then you have to stick to that marketing tool. And when you say you're not going to have them available after the 15th, they shouldn't be available after the 15th. People rushed to buy them. More people probably bought them because of the perceived scarcity, right?
Yeah, I mean that's the strategy.
That's
marketing strategy.
That's the marketing strategy.
One thing I really dislike, because I think Eric July is not like a shitty person. Like
I don't think he is either.
Like I think most YouTube people are.
I don't agree with him politically, but I don't.
I actually like I do think that Eric July is like a decent guy. You know, like he's somebody who, you know, I mean this is my thoughts, that like believes what he says. And that's kind of rare when it comes to, you know, like big YouTubers. I don't agree with him a lot, but you know, I think he's genuine, right? That's what I'm trying to say. But one thing I didn't like was this whole, like, anybody that criticized it was racist.
Oh my God.
Like,
I didn't even have to criticize it, and I had Eric July fans and supporters calling me a racist over nothing. That I mean, I didn't even talk about him. Somebody had posted a tweet like, Twitter's turned against Eric July because they're jealous of his, you know, because of his success. And I said, a few assholes are just a few assholes. It's not all of Twitter. And the next thing I know, I've just got dozens of them calling me a racist.
Yeah. Wait,
right?
like you can't really like separate yourself from, you know, the SJWs when you're calling everybody that, like, it's like Star Wars. Anybody that doesn't like it is obviously a sexist or a homophobe or, you know, a racist. You know, how is this any different?
It's not any different at all. And I think, and this is going to sound really skeptical, I think part of the reason it's set up as a campaign, like a crowdfunding campaign, is so people can see the success of it, right? Even if it did just even if he did just a couple of $100,000, right? Say he made 2 or 300K. That's still a good fucking outing, right? I mean, that's still a pretty decent outing. And you'd still have that number sitting up at the top of the number of purchasers and the number, you know, the total sitting up there. And it sort of says, you know, it makes it really easy, unlike having a store where your numbers are hidden. Like, does anybody have any idea how many Soul Finder books Doug Ernst has sold? No, we don't know, because it's all back end, right? But it makes it really easy to just throw that out there and be like, they're just jealous of my success, because your success is plastered all over the top of the website. They're jealous, you know, they just don't want to see, and this, you know, they don't want to see a black man succeed or whatever. I just, that is just a little cringy for me. I know, I'm a cynic. I look at all of this stuff and I'm just like, because immediately the reaction was, the first video was my haters, right? And his hater was one guy on Twitter who's been logging him for years. The same guy.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just like, I don't know, it was really it was sad to see, you know, because like anybody that criticized it was, you know, a racist. And,
they can't talk about him on Reddit because of racism. No, dude. It's because you were on Ethan's fucking stream. You've been hanging out with Comicsgate, hoping to get Comicsgate backers to buy your book, right? More power to you, and that's a great strategy for getting people to buy your book. but you've associated yourself with Comicsgate. You have a picture of Ethan Van Sciver on your website,
Yeah, I mean, like that's
right?
it. Yeah, they're not talking
And
about you because they're racist. They just don't like Comicsgate.
they don't like Comicsgate.
Yeah. Yeah, so like I don't know, that was really it was kind of upsetting to see, right? Because it's like, oh, we're gonna be super different, and then it was like immediately anybody that criticizes it is a phobe or an ist,
Just,
and it's like, okay, guys, I think we've seen this before.
yeah, we
Yeah,
see it over and over, right? I mean, we've watched various members of Comicsgate. We've watched Eric July defend themselves against those kind of accusations from the other side. Well, the quote other side.
yeah. So that
Now,
was said.
that's and let me see if I can find the picture. I'm a little I got a little behind here. Yeah, I think I do have it. And
Yeah.
honestly, one of the things I actually, whoops, am I sharing? Stop sharing.
No, you're not.
Let's see. God, I have to open the fucking image, which I forgot to do.
Jesus, Vicky.
I know.
You're making it hard for me to step
know.
away for a second so I can get something to drink because I was
You
going to
don't.
do
You
that.
should
But
have
now I
done that
gotta talk to people.
beforehand, Dean. You
Yeah,
should have
I
done
know I
that
should have, but I was gonna
beforehand.
sneak off, but then you weren't ready,
You
so now
can't
I have to
sneak
stay
off.
here thirsty. You piece of shit.
Yes. See, I got myself something to drink before we even started.
Wow, way to rub it in,
Yeah.
fucking bitch.
Yeah, 2 somethings.
So, Thomas says it's how you can spot the secret SJWs is they use they use that argument that you're the opposite of what I claim to be if you disagree with me. Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
I'm sharing your screen.
Yeah. He was talking about this earlier on his stream today, this picture, right? Something about this page. He's getting criticism because like the perspective of one of the characters is wonky, but you don't know about the characters, so you don't know why his perspective is wonky, which was just weird to me. But that isn't actually my concern. Why does she have a package that's bigger than the guy standing next to her? Can anybody answer that? I don't know. But Dean did walk away and leave me here to talk to all of you. Yeah, I don't know. I am not super duper impressed with the art. It just looks kind of generic to me. The character design is kind of blah. I think it'll probably be a decent book, but of course, that's all subjective. And really, I tend to be a little pickier. I think maybe,
Yeah.
as we'll see. But I do not know why she has a bulge, Dean.
That's not a bulge.
It's a bulge.
No,
It
it's
is.
just a really, really big diaper.
Which is even fucking worse.
Yeah, that's not a transsexual. That's just a person in an adult diaper.
It could be. It could
be a person.
You never know. But he wasn't
Huh.
going to do woke. So I think that would kind of.
Well, that's because the trans person is the bad guy. So, yeah, he didn't go woke. He made the trans person the villain.
Lots of villains in the book, apparently.
A really full diaper. Full of cock. Anyways.
Anywho, I guess we can.
Yeah, we can
move
on to the next topic. But I do just want to say that was like really upsetting. Just seeing how everybody was an ist or a phobe that criticized it. I know I
Yeah.
keep bringing that up, but that was really lame.
That was very difficult.
Yeah.
Mainly
But
because I was hoping for something different, I guess, maybe. But then again, I've just been watching his content too long. And I kind of expected it a little bit. I really expected it from his audience, to tell you the
yeah.
truth. I think they were just primed for that to see that kind of response no matter what.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. So I guess before we get into the next video, today was the launch of Second Chance Wrecked Planet campaign by Ethan Van Sciver.
Yeah.
I don't know if he is still live streaming, but when we started, he had been live streaming for 10 hours.
Jesus. Yeah, apparently he Vicky, you were telling me this. He said that he's gonna continue streaming until he hits $100,000.
Yeah, he
Uh
might continue streaming until he hits 100K.
man, so it's taking him quite a while than it usually would. Who could have guessed?
Who I think I did. I called
Who would
it
have
weeks
thought,
ago.
you stupid fat fuck,
All
that
I know,
being
like,
late and then being a dick to everybody would stop you from reaching the money that you would have easily gotten before.
all I know
You
is
stupid fat fuck.
it hasn't made more than a couple of $1,000s in the last 2 hours. So it's at
Stupid
80,
fat fuck.
almost 85. He's going to be there for quite some time if he's going to sit there for it till it gets to 100K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who would have ever seen this coming, fatty? Stupid fat fuck. I swear to God.
I know,
All right.
right?
Let's
let's play
watch
the
the video.
video. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Yes, everyone. Hello to you all. Welcome to Comic Artist Bros Secrets Comicsgate Live. It's your boy EVS. What an honor to be with you today. This is just I can already tell this is going to be a great day. There has been a cry from some who have said it's not fair. I didn't get the back wreck planet. How do I get the back wreck planet? To which I say, I don't know. Maybe we'll have to do a second chance campaign. And then the wheels started turning. Let's do a second chance campaign. Let's make it big. We do have an opportunity here. Now, I am not going to put too much pressure on anyone. Certainly not myself. I'm not the type of person who wants to push myself beyond the limits of my capabilities. We do have an opportunity here, my friends. Cyberfrog Wreck Planet is currently sitting at $1.2 million. Now, Eric July is going to be sitting at $10 million. Let's forget about Eric July for a minute. I don't think he's a reachable goal, okay? Young Rip is in the chat. How you doing, Eric? Great to see you. Thanks for being here. Eric, oh my God, please shout us out. Please send the link out to people, and I would love to come on your show sometime this week. But you know who is a reachable goal from here? Reach. Let's take a look at the campaign and just see what it looks like here. I spent all night long putting this together. Cyberfrog Wrecked Planet. Hold on a second. First, let's see where we're at so far. Let's just refresh this and find out what the situation is. Oh, look at that. 24,000. Shit. 123 backers, $24,000. Thank you, everyone. That's in the first 7 minutes. There you go. It was smart to buy those up. Joseph Fazio says, Big E, 142 after choosing book. When looking at add-on, I can only see a mug and a signature perk. I wanted to add more perks, but Indiegogo wouldn't let me. Joseph, we're keeping it simple this time. Andrea said no add-ons, no significant add-ons. Even though it really makes the money kind of pour in, it also makes it 1,000 times longer to do fulfillment. And we're already so late. We don't want to wait. We don't want delays. We don't want to piece together people's orders. You can get a signature. You can add a mug to your order. But we tried to put everything into bundles. And hopefully the bundles meet with your approval. And if not, please back twice. I mean, back, individual items more than once. We definitely appreciate it. But yeah, add-ons moving forward, at least for like this campaign, we're trying to keep it simple so that we can get through fulfillment quicker. Joseph Fazio says 164, 169. I got slammed 3 times on shipping. Joseph, I'm sorry. We tried to keep the shipping low. You want to talk about slammed on shipping? Talk to Andrea. She'll tell you about slammed on shipping. She's like, why do you? She's like, you charged $15 to ship this, and it was $65 to ship it. We actually paid for them to get this piece of merchandise. I'm like, well, I love my fans. What can I tell you? Joseph Fazio says, no, sir. I wanted to order the PVCs, 1 rec book, and Death Sting. And Indiegogo forced me to go through 3 separate charges instead of putting all in one purchase. I see what you mean, Joseph.
Almost like he wanted that.
I see what you mean. Well, the PVCs is probably yeah, that is the problem with the no add-ons policy.
It's not
now,
a problem to him.
1 hour
Although it kind of is.
And we have hit $51,000.
Man, it's taking him a while. A while longer than it usually would have.
Don't turn it off.
Let me see. Is Dale Keown drawing Salamandroid Death Sting? No, I did. It's me. Salamandroid Death Sting is by me. Dale Keown is doing a Salamandroid book, I think, but it's completely different. Dale Keown Salamandroid book is going to be about 20 pages. We've gone through the story already. It's a rock'em sock'em, action book. It's what you want to see Dale draw. It's an art book. There are a few story elements that are precious to the ongoing narrative, but not too many. So he can basically do it whenever he wants to do it. I will apply pressure to him soon, but not now. He's doing covers for other people. I would like him to finish the book. I think it would be great. Randy McRanderson says, last night on Bancroft Stream, we learned that Malin is doing a cover for Dale's new Pit book. Malin is throwing us all off with the cover stuff. I mean, is he? Is there a Pit book? Is there one? Thank you so much. Randy McRanderson says, Zaid Comics is writing the new Pit book for Dale. Yeah.
So,
I gotta say, the idea of Ethan waiting for his book from Dale Keown makes me tingle in the pit of my stomach in happiness. Like, seriously. People waiting for him forever, and he's now waiting for his book from another pro. It's irony. It's a beautiful bit of irony. Okay, so some of the bullshit to wade through from the first hour of Ethan's stream today. By the way, he's only made $35,000 since 1 p.m. Just saying. One, he didn't have to do a second chance campaign in order for people to get their hands on Wrecked Planet. He didn't put the books. He could have fulfilled his campaign and then put things up on eBay. He likes to use his eBay store. He talks about his eBay store all the time. He's doing constant flash sales on his eBay store, right? But he's not doing that because Indiegogo's fees are more than half of eBay's.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then we get to the no add-on policy.
Yeah, that's the fucked up one.
It's beyond fucked up, right? One, not having add-ons boosts your backer number because if somebody needs to make 2 or 3 purchases to get the items they want, your backer number goes up because it's Indiegogo, right? It's not per backer, it's per backing on Indiegogo. So it makes it look like more people are backing his book. 2, if the money's so good on add-ons, why not have them? He said it's because it makes it too complicated to ship stuff out. How?
3,
How exactly?
he's a fat piece of shit.
He's a lying piece of shit. Listen, when you get your backer information from Indiegogo, it comes in an Excel file that you can sort any way you want. And you can sort them by people's names, so that all of the items they have purchased are right there. You have to do, he's going to have to do that if they're backing more than once, right? He says it's too complicated to send stuff out. All that shit that has to go to one person. So instead of sending one person one package, he's now sending one person 3 packages because that's quicker for fulfillment? No. The real reason, and he said it in the first hour, was being raped on postage. Because you charge your shipping fee, say it's $10, $15, $20. I didn't look to see what it was on this particular campaign, right? But say it's $15. You're charging $15 for shipping. When you put an add-on onto your order, the shipping charges stay the same. So if you go into your add-ons, and this is a problem that Richard C. Meyer is going to run into with his dollar book with everything in add-ons, is as soon as you have to package up those add-ons with your book, your postage costs go up. If somebody gets 3 books plus a mug, say the silly frickin' folder, whatever they get in the add-ons, is already included in your $15 shipping that you got up front. Even if you end up having to pay twice as much in shipping costs. That's what it really comes down to. That's why there are no add-ons, because don't want to have to pay. They don't want to, well, it's understandable. They don't want to get raped on shipping, right? But be upfront about it. Don't be like, well, my wife just said I couldn't because it made it too complicated, which is bullshit, because you got a fucking list that you can sort however you want.
Yeah, you still have to sort through the items. Like,
you still have to package the items.
Such a dumb excuse.
If you can put 2 or 3 items in one package and mail it out, isn't that a shit ton easier than 3 packages? Isn't it like quicker than 3 packages? Yes.
Yeah.
So don't lie. Don't just flat out lie to your customers like that.
Yeah. Just be like, I'm a fat, cheap piece of shit. And I'm just trying to pad my number of backers up so I don't look as pathetic and I don't look wrong when everybody told me that maybe my late books would stop me from getting more customers.
Explain in the add-on description that you've tacked on some extra money to cover the additional shipping costs.
Yeah.
His backers are going to suck that up. They won't care, right? They're not going to give a shit if they end up paying, $27 for the book instead of $25 as an add-on. They're not going to give a shit about that. But now the same dude has to go back around, if there's 2 different variants that he wants, has to go back around and order the same book and pay another $15 in shipping costs.
Mm-hmm.
So one guy backing 2 books gets him $30 in postage. That other guy bought 3 items, had to come back around for 3 items. $45 in postage. at least. Does some that really, it also pads your total so he can beat Keanu Reeves in Berserker.
I don't think he's gonna beat him.
Well, it's stupid. It's a dumb metric for him to try to use anyway. It's a separate campaign. If it's one campaign, okay. But he did this with the first book. He counted all 3 campaigns as one big total because it feeds his ego. It makes Comicsgate look, more badass. By the way, Comicsgate, all of Comicsgate for 2022 got their asses beat by Eric July. Comicsgate has brought in about $1.944 million so far in 2022, and Eric July just whipped all of your asses.
Is that a racial comment?
That was not a racial comment.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's really funny. I want everybody to be successful. But I do get a kick out of the fact that EVS is struggling to, even get a fraction of what he would have gotten easily, like a year ago.
Yeah. He's
that
selling
makes me happy.
The subscription bundle this time around is $300 instead of 2.
Yeah.
Imagine one guy on that stream, and I can't remember whose name it was, and I see him all the time, mostly in EVS's chats, had 6 Blood Honey boxes he was willing to sell. Hit me up on Twitter. I got 6 at $200 a pop.
Yeah. But yeah. I don't know.
Were you sharing something, Dean?
No, I wasn't. Oh, well, I was thinking about sharing it. Yeah, we can share it.
Share it.
Give me one sec. So this notification, because I have notifications set up for Yellow Flash because I hate myself. It popped up on my phone, and I didn't have to watch the video. I read the title, and I thought, there's no way that's true. So then it took me all of 1 second to find out there's no way this is true. This is like just straight up lying.
Better, I think this video came out on Friday too, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the weekend hadn't even happened yet.
But this was just blatantly he legit just straight up, lied. Kind of pathetic. There's no reason to make up some shit like this.
There isn't. JDA did a video after the first week saying it was just like this big box office fail. Thor: Love and Thunder, that it was just, basically catastrophic box office.
It's actually doing pretty decent.
It was the third. It was the highest grossing opening weekend for any Thor movie. Let's compare apples and apples and not apples and oranges.
Yeah, it's actually, it's doing, it's not the best Marvel movie, but it's far from the worst. It's, sitting at the average mark.
Right. Yeah. And I'm not sure how much. I haven't been paying too much attention. I know Top Gun did really well, and didn't drop off too much the second week. Mm-hmm. But most movies over the course of the last 3 or 4 years now, pretty much drop off after opening.
Yeah.
Right. They don't do as well. It's not like when I was a kid, you had movies that were still raking in cash every weekend throughout my teens. And, they'd have these nice openings, these big openings where they'd make a lot of money, and then they'd continue to make money. But marketing is so much different now. This, then came home video and the predominance of cable and now streaming, because I'm sure they're looking, their advertising budgets are freaking insane as it is, but they're
Mhm.
still looking towards like the streaming market and the after theater market.
Yeah.
You know, that's a big part of their marketing strategy now. That movie did really well overseas. Opening weekend, it did do better overseas than here, but then there's a lot more countries involved in the international market than just us. But and also before we go, we're gonna take a quick look at Ethan Van Sciver's Cyberfrog Wrecked Planet.
Yeah.
I know we sort of had a little break with Yellow Flash being a tard, and now we're gonna go back to Ethan, just cause, mainly because I said I was gonna do it.
So I just
Earlier.
want to point out, like it does have a drop of 68%, but its total is still what, like 232 million, which is
I think more than
pretty
that.
average for Marvel movies.
Yeah.
So like this whole are people done with Marvel? And also it's not a historic drop. That's
No,
also wrong.
I don't think people are done with Marvel. I think
No, like
there's
Spider-Man, don't get me wrong, I'm kind of done, just cuz I don't like going out or doing things with my life. But but like Spider-Man just made like an insane amount of money.
Yeah. I don't think it's that people are done with it. It used to just be that we only had a few, right? They were few and far between. There weren't a whole lot. There's a little bit of market saturation. So it's going to seem like people are tired of it. The earlier movies may have done better just because they were new. But
No, there's still
the
movies
movies
doing fucking
the
great.
movies coming
Like,
out now aren't doing bad, right? I mean,
no.
there was that Morbius, but we're not going to talk about that one. But they're not doing, like, all in all, they're doing well at the box office. They're doing well enough at the box office that, the studios have made some money, the producers made their money, everybody got their shit, right? And it's keeping them happy. And things are moving along well enough that they're willing to invest in more, whether it's streaming on HBO through this Discovery, whatever they're calling it now, company, anything like that.
Yeah.
I
No,
did I
it's
did get I do have to say, I don't know if you guys saw, but the new Green Lantern didn't use any of Ethan's shit. And he was kind of a little upset about that. So you may want to go, console him that he's not getting those residual checks or those royalty checks from them.
that poor fat piece of shit.
All right. Now, my Wrecked Planet 2 mini review. There's exposition, pretty much exposition. So by page 4, Cyberfrog meets Lily. Yay, Cyberfrog meets Lily. She says, I know who you are because of my mom's tattoo. Not because mom talks about you all the time, but because you're on her tattoo, which is weird. Just saying. She explains, whoops. We went past way too many fucking pages. She is wearing red like she's supposed to because there are 4 rules in this universe. 1, you need to wear red. Otherwise, so they can't see you. The Vespas, the wasps. 2, the smoke, fire smoke, they can't see you. You need to stay in the trees. because then they can't get you. And then I fucking forget the other one at the moment, just because we've already been streaming longer than usual. So little Lily here has just finished telling Cyberfrog that she is going off into the woods to find her dad, who has been missing for a year. And Heather Swain stumbles upon them. I'm hoping she's looking for her kid, ignores her child, and only talks to Cyberfrog. Her child is wandering off and running away from home, and she's got nothing to say to it.
Yeah.
Bugs me. Right? Then, I mean, literally, she yells at Cyberfrog for 2 pages, and then this guy comes running out of the woods, and he has been stung, I guess, by one of the wasps, because he just gets there and explodes. Okay, I already have a problem. 2 problems. 1, why the fuck is Heather Swain not wearing red? Yes, I know. It's because she's the main character and we have to be able to see her long legs and her little white t-shirt with her boobs, right? Why is she not wearing red? And why is this guy, who is wearing red and should have been invisible to the wasps, how did he just get attacked? How did he get stung if they couldn't see him because he's wearing red? He has already broken 2 rules because he's in the trees. Rules.
I know nothing about this comic.
Yes, he's broken 2 rules in his own universe already. Right? Then we have a 5-page fight between Cyberfrog and the Vespers. 5 pages. Cyberfrog suddenly realizes that even though he's been stung by the Vespers, by the way, wasp stingers do not come out. This one did. It got lodged in Cyberfrog's shoulder, I think. Yes, his shoulder, because there's the little wound. And he uses it to stab the Vespers, saying, here's a taste of your own medicine, which would be the poison, which he can't get because the poison sac isn't attached to the stinger, which shouldn't have come out in the first place. I mean, it's just like these little things, and I'm not even going to go over some of the details in the art. Like, really, what is this leg? What is that leg? What is and what's up with Heather back here? I mean, you just the dialogue, I'm not even going to stop long enough to tell you guys how bad this is, but this is where Cyberfrog realizes that he can get stung by a Vespus, and even though he doesn't have his mothership, literally his mothership nearby to heal him, it doesn't work on him. He's like immune to the Vespus's poison in that it makes him feel like shit for a minute, but it does not make him explode. How does he not know this when the Vespus have been on the planet for at least 10, 15 years now? I don't know, but he has just learned this.
Well,
right?
I mean, the only way that you would know is if you get stung, right?
Yes, but if he's being attacked by them and he's fighting with them, right?
Yeah, he's just
you'd think he would have
you
think he would have been stung by now.
Yeah, I think the real issue though is like the continuity error.
The continuity errors. So then we get finally it takes 16 pages 15, 16 pages for Cyberfrog to finally get to the outpost where most of this book takes place. 73 pages, 17 of that was him getting it to the outpost. Now they come on in, right? They're trudging on in. Little Lily, for some reason unknown to anyone, is clinging to her mom like her mom just walked in and she hasn't been walking with her the entire time. Heather has her arm around Cyberfrog and says, I need to introduce someone to you. And she's talking to the people in the camp. And then the next thing you know, dude shoots Cyberfrog. Why? I mean, I guess he's setting up for something that happens on the next page. And probably so Cyberfrog has a reason to hang around and play with Lily for probably the next 15, 20 pages before we get any more action in the book. But why would this guy be shooting Cyberfrog when he's standing right next to Heather and is obviously friendly? I don't know.
Yeah. Who cares?
Who cares?
It's
I mean,
it's a
I
stupid
gotta
comic
say,
book.
the continuity errors in this book are just bad. Thor Odinson, I'm sorry, man, but he paid you to edit the book. And being an editor is far more than just correcting grammar and spelling and making sure periods are in the right place.
Well,
It's about I know he's working for Ethan. Ethan's not going to
yeah, I
listen
was
to
gonna say
anybody
it's
about
probably
fucking
hard to.
continuity, right? But he broke two of his own rules right there at the beginning of the book. It took him 200 drawing days to get Cyberfrog to her fucking camp. It took him 60 drawing days for a 5-page fight scene.
You would think what I always love, okay, I gotta say, what I always love is this argument of like, it's argument happening by less and less people because more and more people keep walking away. But it's I don't mind waiting for quality. You know that stupid fucking like thing that well read says? Yeah. And then you get this. So that's great.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
great.
I mean, when you say that whole it's all about quality and not actually getting it to you on time. Well, where's the quality?
Yeah.
Right? The
Oh,
colors, all the green, everybody wearing red. I mean, it's like fucking Christmas in there. Right?
Where's
Like,
the bloody lamb sauce? Anyway.
Why would I mean I don't know why you'd come up with this stupid red thing.
I don't know why you would come up with Cyberfrog.
Oh man. I read the very first issue of Cyberfrog the other day for the first time. Oh boy.
Well, you know, that's it. I didn't really have anything positive to add.
I got nothing. I have very little positive to say about Wrecked Planet other than congratulations, Ethan. You finally fucking finished it.
Yeah. Well, there's that.
That's pretty much it.
Now it's time for, what's that stupid fucking one? Rainbow Brute?
Yes, Rainbow Brute.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah,
fuck that guy.
Yeah, Rainbow Brute. And then he promised everybody that he's going to have Cyberfrog 3 finished and completed before he crowdfunds it. So expect to be giving him money for Cyberfrog 3 sometime in 2025.
Yeah. SJW Captain America says, because he was 12, Dean, it's a TMNT ripoff created by a sad kid who grew up to be an asshole. Yeah.
I can't argue that.
I think you got that right. Yeah. So I think that's going to be it for this one.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Let me just read Thomas's comment. Is Cyberfrog 2 really finished, or is he just showing people pages to placate them because it's secretly not done yet?
I think it's probably finally finished. I mean, it was finished last year, according to a post he made on Kiwi Farms. He finished it somewhere around like October or something like that.
And then he stupid fat fuck
gave it to Bill Willingham to read. Willingham said, "Oh, this bad," and he redrew almost the entire book.
And it still came out.
Shit.
Yeah, who would have guessed? And he's got less customers because late books.
I mean, I'm not even going to talk about. I'm not even going to talk about some of the pages that I've seen on that he shared on Twitter, or I've seen on his live streams, with just like glaring continuity problems on the same fucking page, panel to panel. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to leave that to all of those people who actually paid money for the book and who probably won't even fucking notice, because it's not about the book. It's not about the story. It's not about visual storytelling. It's all about YouTube channel merch.
Yeah. So, also, everybody check out Thomas Royloop's review of Cyberfrog 2.
It's behind their paywall, so head on over to Subscribestar, look for Shitty Web Comics, and
give them your money.
throw them $1 or $2. I have no idea what they're charging. I'm not.
Right. I mean, I know it used to be $1.
It was $1 on Patreon. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I just
Yeah.
I
But go do that.
Yeah. Everybody do it. Give them a fucking $1.
Give them
And
at
then laugh
least
at
$1.
EVS.
And then
because
go
it's
out
stupid.
and buy and find yourself literally 2 buy Shitty Web Comics, Lone Wolf Comics, because they're good.
Okay. So it's 5 now, but that's just $5, guys. Give them $5.
Yeah.
It's
Literally was way better than Cyberfrog, and literally 2 should be coming out sometime soon.
Yeah, it should be. So I'll go ahead and put the link in. Yep, there it is. Cool. Yeah. So everybody go to that link. Give them $5. Laugh at Ethan, who's probably still streaming because he hasn't made it.
He hasn't made 100K yet.
Stupid fat fuck. All right. Later,
Good
guys.
night, everybody. Thanks for joining us.